Hello, my name is Bona, and today I have a very important guest. And today we're going to be discussing about how to convert your knowledge into a business, or better still, how you can monetize your knowledge. First of all, could you please introduce yourself?
Thank you very much, Mr. Bona. Hi, everyone. My name is Ikenna Ernest Ikegwonu. I'm a website developer and a full stack digital marketer.
All right,
It's great to be
very
here.
nice to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so the topic is actually a very crucial one, especially this time in Nigeria when we have a massive rate of unemployment. And when you look around in the social, you can see some people, they seem to have answers to almost everything. But when you look at them at the personal level, you discover that they're not earning income, they're maybe unemployed, and sometimes you begin to wonder, people that have this type of knowledge yet unemployed, is there a way they can be able to, convert their knowledge into a business or into a sort of income? But I would like to start by asking you, is
Okay.
it possible to monetize your knowledge or transform your knowledge
Into a
into a
business.
business?
Yes, it is very possible to monetize your knowledge. In fact, you don't need to know a lot of things. As much as you know a little about a, a topic, you can definitely monetize that knowledge. In fact, turn it into a business, and with time, it will grow into an empire. So yes, you can monetize your knowledge
All right,
very
so
well.
that is nice.
Yeah.
And then another thing I want to know is, a lot of times it's always difficult for you to convince people to pay you for knowledge, especially when you are coming up new. Imagine maybe coming out from your family most of the time. If you want to start up a business, or if you start up a business, your first customers or clients are most likely going to be people that you know, your
Yeah.
family members, your friends and colleagues, relatives or neighbors. And a lot of times it's always very difficult for them to,
Pay.
come to the realization that they have to pay
Pay.
you for a service. Did you experience this at some point in your career?
Yes, Mr. Bonner. I think it's something that you can't avoid. If you ask me, because at the end of the day, you are not known yet to be an expert in that field, right? So the only people that will definitely come to you are people who already know you as a person. Now, probably you and such person or individual have done something before. So I'm talking about your families, your friends. They are the ones that will come to you, and of course, they will come for free. But at that level, I would say and tell anyone out there that it's a level for you to acquire the experience. You understand? Yes, I mean, no one is into business to catch fun or count bridges. We
Yes.
are all here to make money, but there are levels to this thing. So now you know fully well that you want to monetize your knowledge, right?
Yes.
Good, but you're still trying to find out which knowledge it is, and you have people willing to test your expert level at that moment. You get. So these are your family members. When they come to you, use them to practice as much as you can. Practice. Then when you've built a good level in that particular area, you can now start seeking for people who would pay you real money. So answering your question, yes, families and friends are not your customers. They are your support systems
Yes.
to push you in that level. So now when you've now grown past that level, when they come to you, of course, they will bring the little fee because they won't pay you complete. I, for one, personally experienced that.
Okay.
So,
Then another thing, I think this one has to do with my own personal experience.
mm,
Uh, when I was starting out new, uh, to an extent, I believe I can do maybe a certain thing very well.
amazing.
But
Okay.
the family members or friends don't see you in that light. So even if, yeah, even when you're convincing them to patronize you, that you can do so thing even better than other people,
Yes.
they still have doubt. In fact, sometimes even if you charge them free of charge, they wouldn't give it to you.
They won't appreciate it.
Not even appreciation. I think I kind of see it like they don't know, they are doubting your competency in that area, especially something that is very critical. Do you understand? Okay,
Yes, I
okay.
do.
As an example, There was a time I was a graphic designer, and we had a family um, brochure to
Okay.
be done. I remember I charged them very, very low. I charged them quite very low compared to what is obtainable out there.
Out there, yeah.
Somebody came with a price that is almost like 3 times or 4 times bigger than mine. They gave it to the person. Do you understand?
Yes.
I was angry at that point, but now when I look at what happened, then I'm no longer angry because I've not proven that I can deliver that kind of job, and it's not something they have to do testing and trial. They can't give it to somebody they've not seen what the person is capable of doing. So
Yes,
it was
that's
a wise
right.
decision for them to give it to the other person, even though the person is charging higher, but the person has a track record to show that he's competent to do the
In
job.
that particular job, yes.
Okay, so now I want to know.
Okay.
I know it is because part of the problems people normally face when they want to transition into business is getting customers. Is always one of the major challenges. Nobody cares about the skills that you have. Um, so you have to prove to the market that you can deliver a certain value
Absolutely.
before people can start trusting you with real work. So how were you able to navigate around, convincing people that you are knowledgeable in this area, or you consider yourself to be an expert in this area, and they should patronize you?
Okay. This journey is it's something that you should be ready to be very open-minded and be very willing to try different strategies. So for me, it was a really long journey in the sense that you know fully well that you know this skill. Take for example, I'm into digital marketing. I did website, and I also run my own agency, Clearview Digital. Now, you know fully well that you know this skill, right? But it's now beyond knowing this skill. You need people that will patronize you so you can make a living. So at this point, at that very point, the question is not about your skill. The question is how well do you know what they want? So I'm going to equate this with creating content online, right? Are you creating content for yourself, or are you creating content that they want to see? So putting myself in a customer's shoe right now, when I'm coming to a business, I'm not coming to know how you've made 20 million naira in your business, how you are living happily. I'm coming to tell you that I have a problem. My issue is ABC. Can you help me solve this problem? Yes, you might add to them the talk of okay, we can do this for you, but where is the proof? So for me, it was more of when a client comes to me, I don't just talk about the issue they are facing. I try to care about the business. Sorry, about the individual. Show them that I'm not just going to help you halfway and leave you hanging. And also create that sense in them that even after we are done with this transaction, I'm still willing to go miles ahead for you in case in the long run what I gave to you did not stand the test of time. Still come back to me. The window is still open for you. The door is still open for you. So I think I've tried to make clients understand that I can solve their problems, one, and also I care about their business because the truth is they are into this thing to make money. So it's like I'll also pick one example again. People who are called the social media managers, right? A client gives you a business and tells you, "Hey, please help me manage my Instagram, manage my Twitter." It is beyond posting. It is beyond posting designs and everything. They are handling. It could be a business that was over 10 million naira to start. They're handing over to you 10 million naira business. So you need to make that client understand that you know how much they're putting into this business, so they can trust you. That way you build trust. Obviously, I'm not going to write off the experience you've had, your testimonials, your reviews, your feedbacks. So what I did then was I just, okay, aside working for free and working with families and everything, I made customers understand that, okay, I understand this thing you're looking for and I can solve it for you. And I also try to be very honest and transparent. We live in a world where people tell you that you must lie. You must put your best foot out there. You are talking to a human being that owns a business like you.
Okay, let me give you an instance.
Okay.
I don't know whether you encountered it
Okay.
in your own business.
Okay.
I know some people, some businesses, or
Okay.
some rich guys out
Yeah.
there. You know, a lot of times they have some people that normally do certain services for them, or rather certain services for them.
Okay.
And even if you approach them, bringing out new ideas, telling them this is what I can do for you to improve your business, you just end up selling the idea to them. So what they will now do is, okay, very beautiful, I'll get back to you, or give me a proposal. You
Yes.
drop a proposal and go,
I
thinking they will
do.
call you back. Do you understand? They will
Yeah.
now go ahead and call
Someone
some other
else.
person around where they can get it cheaper. See, can you implement this? Do you understand? They will follow the same ideas. All those ideas we gave them, they will give it to another person will do it for them at a very cheaper rate. I don't know whether you've encountered such scenarios.
Yes, I have. I have. So I won't call the brand name here.
Yes.
Yeah, I won't call the brand name. So it's a brand in Lagos State. They are into the breakfast cereals business. The whole conflicts and all those engagement and stuff. So they wanted my agency to handle their full digital media, from social media down to the website, right? But when they came with the idea of partnership, right? So I knew that, okay, I had a role to play, they had a role to play. But along the line, I tried to convince them that I can take the full deal. But here was where I faltered. I got so excited about this deal and what I was starting to gain from this deal, that I was divulging too much information to these people. So normally I would do like an audit, for example, a website, and give you bits of what I can do, and probably make the proposal look more of what you're not doing right. So you can come back to me. But I don't know, for some reason I was so happy with this brand that I gave every single information, and even went as far as designing mock-ups.
That means they wouldn't need you again. You understand?
Like, after, in fact, we had like 3 meetings, virtual meetings online, and after the third one, the lady acting as my CMO told me that, sir, we have given everything. I said, don't worry, they'll come back. But I was dwelling with that. They know that I know so much, so they will definitely come back. But voila, they didn't come back to me.
Yes.
So at that point, I just knew that even when the deal looks so promising and amazing, and you are seeing yourself as, yes, it's you that know how to do this thing, and they are giving you their words that yes, they would come, please don't put all your information into their hands. Still leave a slice for yourself. And so it's just basically having a leverage. You need to have that leverage. If not, you'll be as good as useless.
Okay, so before we get into the specifics of
Okay.
various examples of how you can apply, use your knowledge to get income or monetize it in form of a business,
Yes.
let's look at this scenario. I think we're living in a culture where people want to exploit people. We're living in a culture where people would want to get value without paying. And I think I've shared this experience with somebody. Perhaps maybe you get a consultant, or somebody comes to you and want to render a service for you and gives you a very expensive price. And a lot of times, maybe you don't want to pay that amount of money, but you
Yes.
can decide to say, okay, no problem, deal. You accept the deal, pay 1 month or 2 months, then understand how that person is doing that work. Then you can now sack the person. Maybe you can give a flimsy excuse like, we cannot
Okay.
afford you again. When we can afford you, we'll call you back. Then meanwhile, you already have somebody that is going to continue from where that person stopped, because the person has given you all the whole information, the system to carry
Yeah.
forward with the activity without the person. Do you consider it to be a very good way of doing business? Because I see it very often.
Honestly, I'm going to say it out there that it is not a good way of doing business. It is not. Because I see it as an insult to the person's expertise, right? People go into this expertise for the sake of building a life for themselves, right? And yes, we don't know what tomorrow says, right? Now, whoever is taking advantage of a service render or a business owner for that reason, we can't really control that. But answering your question, it is not a good approach. It is not. You might go scot free in doing that, but I think it's about relationship. And for me, business is relationship. So I mean, what happened to transparency and say, okay, see, right? We're going to hire you and pay you this for 3 months. After 3 months, then we'll be done with you. Or after 3 months, would you be kind enough to train our in-house staff? You get. So I mean, there's nothing wrong in that. Along the line, I mean, okay, let me pick one real life scenario for myself. I worked for an agency, I won't call the name, in Lagos State, very high agency in Lagos State. I was a digital marketing manager for over a year, and it got to, I will deviate a little bit. Now, it got to a point where it was a 6 month contract, so I finished that and waiting the whole review, but nothing was being said. You get, and someone like me, I don't talk much. I will just keep quiet, but what I want to do is in my head. I'm very clean playing with you. So now, when I decided to resign, the company came forth with, hey, Mr. Ikena, increase, and please come and train our staff after we give you the increase. I'm not a fool. Obviously, if I agree to that, and after 1 month, you would fire me. You get. So my point to this is, I've had experiences with an agency who told me that, okay, I will work for this period of time, and when I'm done, I should train their staff. But they didn't come out straight to do that. And the truth is, I will boldly tell you that I'm not going to work with them in the future, even if they reach out to me now. Because for me, like I said, relationship is business to me. And as God would have it, if I should rate my clients I've been getting over the years on a percentage level, I will tell you that I've gotten 99% customers from referrals. I have never applied for jobs. Only in the beginning, when I started in the beginning. So that's me to tell you that when I say relationships. So if a CEO or a founder or a chief marketing officer is going by that way of telling somebody that, okay, I will pay you this, only for you to have like a hidden plan behind you to fire the person and now allow your in-house staff to continue. It might work for you for 1 year, 2 years, but on the long run, I strongly doubt if it would work.
Okay, honestly. So this boils down to when you are starting up new,
yes,
try as much as possible to, deliver good service, build a reputation of delivering excellent services.
Exactly.
That way, people would love you and want to work with you and even recommend you to other people.
Yes.
But it doesn't stop at the beginning. It should be a mindset you should carry forward throughout the rest of your career.
Exactly.
So when you do a good service or you do a good job, you always be recommended.
Yes, you will.
Initially, maybe you may have low customer base or client base, but the few that you have, try to make the most out of them, because that is the only way you can assure your long-term sustainability
in the business. Honestly,
yeah,
that's it. And just to add to what you just said, is at times in building these things in business, by things I mean to building friendship or trying to reach someone in business, there are times where you might not actually be very good in a particular skill, not poor, but be that expert. But due to the fact that you've built a relationship with somebody, they will now be open-minded to say, okay, hey sir, I know this thing, you're not good with this, but I've seen what you've done so far, it's okay. And you have this room for improvement. You will get that job. I've seen people who are not as good as, let's say, Mr. A and Mr. B. Mr. B is very good, he does this, but Mr. A has no relationship with anybody. He's just about the skill, arrogance, doing this. Mr. B is not as good as Mr. A, but he has built that friendship with people, clients and everything, and he's getting the jobs. So it's beyond skill.
Okay. So character also matters.
100%. That's the
relationship matters.
Yes.
Because I know that some people, they are very talented, they are very gifted, but they have very low social skill. So even when you're working with them, you are doing it like a chore. Let this person finish his job and go. Do you understand?
I agree.
Whenever you need him, you call him. But beyond that, you don't need him because he's just all about skill.
Yeah.
So now let's look at some of the specific ways we can apply, convert our knowledge or turn it into business. Everybody must not be a content creator. everybody must not be a programmer. Everybody must not be a content writer or a
Content
graphic
writer.
designer.
That's true.
So, can you point out some of the common or some of the highly sought out areas you think that people can maybe use their knowledge or can exploit, maybe transform them into a business of a sort?
Okay. I'm going to use my skill as a yardstick. But before I talk about my skill as a yardstick, I want to just say a few things that I like to be very realistic with myself. And I mean, I tell people that you might see anything out there, but when you are in your apartment alone, the truth comes to you. You understand? So I'm heading somewhere. Now, here's the thing: is looking at our country today and the whole world at large. As someone who is starting, you might be doing a lot of things, right, and not have a particular place to monetize your knowledge into a business. That is totally fine. You get. So, picking one skill now. I have to say that because if I'm talking about me as being a digital marketer, I didn't just spring up somewhere and say, "Hey," or
No,
"NS in digital marketer." No,
Yes.
I started off from being what was it called, a middleman, a
Yeah.
salesperson on WhatsApp. You get. Then from there, graphic design, social media management, copywriting, and I played professionally in all these roles in different companies. Before I now said, okay, Ikenna is a digital marketer because he understands all these things. So answering your question specifically is this. I'm going to pick digital marketing, for example. Now, you have a knowledge in probably any branch of digital marketing, right? You need to tell yourself that, okay, there are people who require this skill from you. That is one. So you need to do a self-study yourself, identify that, okay, I know quite a few things, though, but this is what I know that comes to me. It doesn't feel like a job that I am willing to upskill. That is what I would suggest you start with. Then from there, do a research and find out people who are already doing well in these areas.
Yes.
You get. I will say that again. Find people who are doing well in your area of your chosen area. Very important. It will save you lots of stress running around from Google to Wikipedia to YouTube.
Yes.
A lot of stress. Now, when you find them, good. Follow them everywhere. Instagram, social, everywhere. Try to see what they are doing. It will help you avoid so many mistakes. Now, you've done that. Good. Then begin to look around your locality. Because the truth is, while you are doing this, you might have so many constraints. For example, finances. So let's not look too far. Start with your jurisdiction. What can this skill help me solve in my area? I, as a digital marketer, studied in university. People in school needed to sell stuff, and people needed to buy stuff, but they lacked someone to bring the buyers, bring the sellers, and the sellers bring the buyers. You get? I became the middleman. So there's no need for me to start going online to do anything. My locality there, I started doing the whole bringing together. Now you have found the skill, you found someone like a mentor you can follow through his footsteps, help you avoid mistakes. Then you found a market. Now you have found this market. Now it's time to be visible to this market. In our world today, you cannot work in isolation. It's no longer possible. I'm talking to the introverts now. You cannot work isolation. Hey, I'm good in
I'm very shy.
I'm very shy.
I like writing. I don't.
My
I
God.
don't like speaking in the public.
Oh my goodness.
I don't want people to think that I'm all this. I know too much. I'm feeling too big.
It doesn't work anymore.
Yes.
So I mean, you've done your homework, right? Now you found the market. So this market now they won't come to you. You have to find them. And how do you do that? Be visible to them. So thank God for social media, and it is free. I was telling a friend that imagine if we subscribe to Instagram, subscribe as in pay monthly for Instagram, pay as you go. It will be difficult. So yeah, I think I'm still on your question. You found your path, you found the market, be visible to the market. When you find the market, try to not spike your prices. No. But people see a skill as, or their knowledge, and they now have a skill as, I need to use skill and buy a house. You've not even had 1 year experience.
Or not even that, you're just starting up new and you're looking at the prices that people that are more accomplished are charging, and you want to start charging the same amount.
Oh my God, that is a wrong move to do.
Yeah.
You might be lucky to get a few clients that will pay you that money you want, but like we said earlier on, sustainability. So you've done your homework, you've sent the markets, try to build trust with these people, and understand that you are working with human beings, not robots. They have feelings, they have families, right? So if you are still banking on you are a god in this skill, you are a that in this skill, then I'm sorry, you will not last long.
Yes.
You won't last long. You won't. So I mean, I've given a pathway to follow. This might not work for people out there. You get. But like I said, the very good foundation is I, Tunde, or Dolapo, or Emeka. What do you know? What do you know? Don't. And why try to find out what you know? Please, there is this one I call what's it called? Being finding yourself in a limbo, in the sense that there is just too much to consume that you get lost.
Yes.
For example, I remember, okay, I think I'll read this up later on.
Yes.
So I think for this question, I think that's that.
All right. So now, the crux of the matter is, first of all, you identify what you are good at.
Very
Maybe
important.
you are good at writing. Of course, you can turn writing into a business. I know somebody who is making a lot of money doing ghostwriting for people.
Okay.
And maybe you are good in making presentations. Of course, you can make money from that area. You have a sense of aesthetics. You can maybe do things like graphic design or web development and so on. You're analytical. There are people that are very analytical. They pay attention to details. Maybe you can decide to do something, go into areas like data analytics, business analytics, and so on, or even coding. So the crux of the matter, or the most important thing here, is identifying what you are good at. The problem is that we want to become some other person. Maybe some other person is making money as a graphic designer, and then you now say, "Oh, graphics people are making money." Then you want to become a graphic designer, and you've not even asked yourself, "Am I good in graphics?" I know somebody. The person has been learning graphics for almost 3 years. Is a lady. I asked the lady, "What is the problem?"
Yeah.
She said the truth is that she doesn't have interest in this.
That's it.
That the family is only pressuring her. And I told her, "You are wasting your time learning this thing, because even if you succeed in learning it, you will never turn out to your full potential because you don't like it."
Yes.
Do you understand? You're only doing it just because you want to make some people happy, not because you like it. So you identify those your strengths.
Yeah.
Then you go after them.
I would like to add something to what you just said. We have talked about identifying their strength, and there are people who don't know their strength. You get. So there's this thing I tell myself. I say, if you're not earning money, it's because there is no skill for you to give to somebody. There's no value for you to render to somebody. That you don't have a skill is because you've not been reading. That's just it. So if you don't know right now, that's to tell you that you need to go and learn. So don't mistake your don't fast track your learning phase to be in a hurry to answer. Most times we have people who have titles on their Instagram or Twitter: software engineer, software developer. Two different things, but they have no idea yet.
Yes.
You get. So it's not about, forget the title, forget these things. Tell yourself the truth. If you don't know, nothing bad in that. Learn, read books, watch tutorials, grab what you can grab. Then when you've grabbed enough, you can now probably see, okay, of all the things I have read, I have watched, which one did I enjoy the most? That's how you know what you like. Then when you find that thing you like, bury your head inside of it. Bury your head inside of it. I did something when I was learning graphic design back then. The reason I did, I went on Twitter, I followed designers everywhere. I went on Instagram, I followed designers. Even down, if you check my Google history, if you check my history browsing, designers, and you know how the algorithm works. The more you check for things,
They
the
always
more it
show
shows you. So everywhere I'm going to, even down to the TV, I watch even fashion shows to get inspired on designs and things I do. So my point is, when you find that thing, bury your heart into it. The TV you're watching should be showing you what you like. If you're a developer who is trying to, then I was trying to learn how to code. I was following everywhere, developers everywhere. Because you need to be that thing, you need to live that thing.
Yeah.
That's how you become good in that thing.
And then another thing again is you have to be willing to be used.
Ah,
Because that is where I normally have problem with the Gen Z or the
Yes.
newer generation.
thank you. We need to stress this part.
You learn something and you want to start making money immediately. You don't have the experience, you don't have the
At
track
all.
records. But if you are willing to be used by people, they give you opportunity or the platform to practice that skill that you have. Because
Yes.
you may learn graphic design, maybe you can only be doing some sketches or some sample designs. You've not done real client job. There are two different things. When you do a graphics without any specification, you're just doing something that appeals to you. It's quite different from when a client gives you a job to do.
Yes, it is.
Do you understand?
It is.
So when clients give you a job to do, then you have some expectations.
To
They'll
meet
tell
up.
you to meet. Do you understand?
Definitely.
And apart from that, you also have like time constraints.
deadline, yeah.
They'll give you a time. Okay, I want this job delivered so time. They'll give you a specification, and then you should be able to know how to work with people. Communicate better. So in the course of doing real work, you develop other skills that are going to make you a professional.
Yes.
But when you just learn a skill and all you want is money, you will not go find a professional in the skill, in the career. So the first thing you do is, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but some people tend to call it using. Allow people to use you.
I was about getting to that. They might get offended by the word being used, even though we mean well.
Yes.
You get. So let's just say collaborate with your boss.
Yes.
Find someone that you collaborate with. You are rendering the skill, and you are getting the experience as a payment. You get. So even if I should bring the Bible into this, do not despise the days of your humble beginning.
Yes.
You get. Let them. Yes, they are using you. They should use you. No problem. They should use you well. No problem. They should use you. A time will come. They won't use you again.
Yes.
That's just it. Just understand that. And to add to what you said again, you talked about the Gen Z. Mr. Bonner, people right now, the Gen Z is particular. No offense, but I'll say it. You learn a skill, you watch 2 or 4, 5 tutorials, and you rush to go and open a company. You've learned copywriting. Next thing I'm seeing is Emanuela's copywriting company. No! You should be serving. Go and serve people.
Yes.
Go and work for free. Yes. Go and volunteer.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I don't know how to stress this thing. Go and volunteer. Go, just work for free. Gain experiences. In working for free, you are getting not just experiences, you are getting relationships. You are building connections. Yes.
Yes.
I volunteered for I won't call the brand name, but they are based in the US and in Ghana. How did I get them? I was applying for a job on LinkedIn. I didn't want to volunteer, and to be very honest with you, I didn't know it was a volunteering job, but there was no pay there on the description of the job. I applied, then I found out that it was volunteer job. And to be very honest with you, we were like 14 of us. You get. About 11 left. Then the remaining 3 people, myself and 2 other guys, said, okay, let's just stay. At the end of the day, I got a connect from the team lead that gave me a website to build for a good amount of money, that gave me a leverage to now balance myself financially. So my point is, allow yourself, you can call it used or collaboration or anything else you call
Partnership.
it, but please, or partnership, but please bring yourself down, learn that skill. Serve. I know that you don't like 7 people. I know, we know. But just do it for the future, and you will not have anything to lose.
Okay, so
honestly,
let me maybe bring it up, add this example. I know of, sorry, I'm always using graphic design. They have an agency, they do graphic designs. And these are the staff of the company. sometimes they have a very terrible attitude with their customers. Do you understand? Sometimes you give them job, they don't meet up with the deadlines, and a lot of times you give them job, they do a very terrible job. I told them one day that you people are enjoying the protection of being under a company. Because if I give you a job and you do a terrible job, I don't necessarily have an issue with you. The person I have the issue with is your employer. Because I don't know you, it was because of the person that I came here.
Yes.
Do you understand? That people should learn how to start treating your customers better. So that when you leave this company, perhaps you start your own, then somebody can patronize you.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because
Yes, I understand.
assuming this were to be your business and you are treating me badly the way you are treating me, I would not come again.
And that's the end of business with
Do you
that
understand?
client. Yes.
The reason why I can come back again is because the owner of this place is a good person. And he's not the one that sent you to treat your customers
In
badly.
that manner, yes.
In as much as it is not, it is also the person's fault for allowing you people to continue treating your customers badly. Do you understand? But ultimately, you people are exempted from all these your excesses. So start learning how to interact with your customers better, to communicate with them better, to give a good service. So that when you live here or that particular company, then it will be a habit of giving good customer
Services, yes.
to people.
Yes.
So because you stay in the office, you don't know how the marketing is being done. You don't know the expenses they run daily on the company. All you know is that customers come. How they come, you don't know.
And they go.
Do you understand? So when you now have your own company or when you now have your own business, you now start handling all those issues. You pay for electricity, you pay
Daily
for
operations.
daily operations. So by the time you pay all these things, then you will know that it's important to treat the customers very well.
I agree, because at the end of the day, the people make up the company, right? And any employer who is willing to overlook such character from an employee is having himself to blame in the long run. That's the truth. And I'll also direct the message to people who are self-employed. A lot of people hide under that title. Now, yes, you are self-employed, you run your business, but you still want to grow in your business. So I would advise you that aside improving in your skill, improve in your other areas, because growth is multidimensional. It's not one-sided. You have to grow in character. You have to grow in skill. You have to grow in handling finances. You have to grow in communicating with people. Yes, with people. So if you are very good in a skill and you don't know how to talk to somebody in a way that they would see you as a nice person, or you are working under a company and you are having that that character of I don't care. After all, I work in the inventory department, marketing my business. After all, I work in the engineering department. I don't care how the whole company makes money. I don't care. No.
I'm only doing my own part. I'm doing my job.
But it's all connected.
Yes.
It's all connected. I mean, okay, you can pick up your phone, go on Google, type any job title, and I can assure you that you would see the ability to work in a cross-functional team in every job role you are seeing. Because even if you are good in this skill, you need to communicate with people in different departments. So if you don't have that character, then it's a problem.
All right.
So
it's actually something to look into.
It is very worrisome.
So before we conclude, I would like you to give us a summary. I know there are people that are watching this podcast. They seem to be very knowledgeable in a given area, but they don't know how to navigate around it, how to monetize their knowledge, or how they can start up a business with what they know. Can you maybe in a couple of seconds, minutes, give a summary on the path they should follow in order to achieve this?
You know a particular skill, or you are good in a particular field, but you don't know how to start. At least the fact that you know that you are good in this skill is the first step. All right. So now, it's just a simple arithmetic. People need to know that you know the skill. Now, at times now, even when they know this, they know, you need to find a way to present this skill to them. And like I said, I like being realistic. There are times where finances are a problem. Because yes, you have an idea and you're willing to execute that idea, but you don't have the power to start employing or hiring a great designer to help me build your brand, your designs, hiring a content writer to help you write, a copywriter, and all those bits. You could also try to get basic knowledge of all these things. You mustn't be perfect at the beginning. You mustn't. Just start it. So now, there are ways you can do this. You have your phone in front of you, right? Even if you don't know how to package that idea or that knowledge into a physical business, write an ebook. Pick your phone, do a recording. Just talk about that thing you know for 1 minute and post it online. That's how you start consulting. Yes, even, and this is not for people who are tech, what's the word, tech inclined. Even if you are a non-techie, all you know how to do is to farm. Good. You know how to farm. I'll give you an idea now. You are good in agriculture, right? Wonderful. You know how to do the whole cross cropping, all those mixed cropping, all those things. Good. Now, think of partnership. Find someone who can help you transform that knowledge into a written format, an audio format, or a video format. Then tell the person, okay, sir, ma, I'll give you this business 40% for 1 year. I will just tell you what I know. Help me package it into an ebook, an audio book, or a video. You can say I didn't call physical product because you don't have finances to start. You see that, right? Just your phone. Then you post it on YouTube, post it on social media. Somebody will call you and tell. And the thing is, you might feel like this, not this whole imposter syndrome. I don't know enough to talk about it. There's not knowing enough. Even the experts still Google. Start what you know. That ABC you know. There is somebody who doesn't know ABC. They know AB. They don't know C. There's someone who doesn't know B. They know A. You that know ABC, talk about the ABC. Then somebody will reach out to you online and tell you, even on Facebook, post it. You have social media now. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I'm giving this one for people who they are their lowest. They don't know how to start.
Yes.
Then for the ones who now say, okay, they have the capital to do this, they have to build that business and everything. Then I think the only thing I will tell you to acquire is, which is what I think I've built that to a good extent now, thanks to God, is this. You have the capital to start this business, right? And you know what you want to start, but you can't do it alone. Then you need to have experience of how to manage people. Because even if you have 1 billion in your account, you want to build a software product or any product, who will handle it? Human beings. So if you are saying that I won't be the founder, the CEO of the business, I'll hire somebody. You need to know who you're hiring.
And you need to relate to the person.
Exactly. So understand people. You can use your money to hire the whole designers, developers, engineers. Good and fine. But who will now handle the business for you now? You need to now know how to manage people or understand how people act. So that's what I have to say. So identify what you want to do and be visible. I know if I say consistency, they're tired of hearing that. But that's the truth.
Just be visible.
To be visible.
Yes.
Be visible. That's just it.
All right.
That's just it.
So thank you, Mr. Kenna, for making it to our podcast. We so much appreciate your insights. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bona. I'm glad to be here.
Nice to have you.
Yeah.